Well, what do we have here? I haven't. Well, this video is done through my mobile phone, and it is quite dark here, so I think you will not see me so good. But anyway, it's not the visual sighting that's more impressive than the information. I've been doing a lot of seminars lately, and the more I do seminars, the more people get highly excited. And last time in a city away a little bit from where I live, there was a seminar, and we were channeling and teaching the channeling also. And a couple of persons in the room just felt like in a ecstasy of excitement and joy, and one person that went home, he wrote that he started to laugh and sing about everything, and he was so uplifted and excited. And while we were teaching the channeling, at the end of the seminar, one woman was saying, "Hey, but can we do a little conclusion of this seminar?" I said, "Like what?" Well, she said yeah, Enrico, can you channel him? Because she feels like, man, why did I come here and there is no channeling? And then I said, oh yeah, okay, let's do this. And then she got really excited. There's many things happening around, many things going around, and also I feel many and much much more exciting things happening that is going towards something really more exciting and even more exciting. So I feel really uplifted, feel really on the mood, on the wave, on something like this. And so what's new? When Enrico was talking the last couple of things that were really interesting is also that for example, people sometimes say there is some kind of a action or situation that can happen in the future. For example, win a lottery or get a better job or something. Something like there's still a variation between whether that will happen or whether that won't happen. People sometimes say, "Oh, but if I fail." But if I will not succeed, and say, will I not succeed and fail and something, but if it's not the truth, and so on. And I asked this question to Enrico, and he said, well, people are negatively based. People are negative thought based. They are based on negative thoughts. And by just changing your point of view and saying man, but if I succeed, man, but if I will win, or man, if it's the truth, you can just change your energy completely, change your emotions completely. And this is the most that by changing only how you react to this situation, only by saying something opposite, can really change your overall energies. But still, the point is that it can happen, it won't happen. For example, there's still variation, whether it will happen, it won't happen. But if you're convinced, if you're I'm not saying convinced, I meant if you're uplifted, excited, and overall you can choose this situation to become more exciting, other than more sadder, and if I fail and I will not achieve, and so on, and you're reducing your energy, you're more sadder, more slower, more negative based, and so on. So this was the last time one of the most funniest stories that I have heard from the channeling. And also another thing was another story that yesterday he was telling to audience, was that there was one woman, and from the channeling I understood that she in her past life she was in a prison, or a prison keeper, or something that is locked up in a prison or something. I didn't receive the perfect images, but the idea was that while these images are coming, Enrico asks, what do you think about prisons? And the one says, I don't think about prisons. And Enrico says, well, imagine a prison. How do you feel? She's like, I feel like I don't know. And he says, well, what do you see? And she says, the the fences, the fences. And Enrico says, well, how the fences make you feel? She feels locked up, don't know what to do, and so on. And he says, well, this is what's happening to most of the people. They create a prison around them. But the question for that person, she asked that she isn't satisfied about the life she lives. There's like so much bad situations around her, and so on and so on. And Rico says, well, imagine this prison, blah blah blah, and then you just imagine how you are in this prison. And she says, so locked up, nothing good, and so on. And Rico says that this is what's happening, that humans are creating their own belief systems. They're locking themselves in their own prison by having these belief systems, and everything that you see around is just angry people, negative people, like depressed people, and so on and so on. But when you like take off these walls of your own mind, take off everything of this, you start to see nice beautiful grass, plains, trees, birds, flowers, happy people, and so on and so on. And this story was like really, most of the audience were like got so happy, and they were really impressed, and this story was really also very interesting. And the next thing is that I didn't tell stories a lot, but there was this really high being that's coming more and more often. And also I'm right this week I'll be making Enrico's school videos where I'll be teaching the channeling itself, so you can stay tuned for this on my website. And yeah, but the most stories about lately on the channeling, it's about energies, it's about your mind. It's like that your mind and third eye just illustrates the energies that are within you. For example, if you start meditating, you're having lots of thoughts, and this is just a reflection of your inner energies, and that's it. And all you need to do is just relax and let the energies cleanse themselves. And this is just a mind reflection. And when you get more clearer, more balanced in you, you can then perceive and receive energies from around, and then you can become more like a sensitive person, like energetic person, like a vision, like something like that, has sixth sense or something like this. And also there was about the doubts. The doubts also is just an energy reflection. For example, many people think that the third eye isn't showing like clear visions. It's because you have doubts in you, and these doubts just crystallize in your third eye, and you see doubts. That's it. You just see doubt energy. All you need to do is also just realize these are doubts and just let go. And when your energy inside is clearer, shinier, sparkling, I would say, then also these outer visions will come more and more clearer, more and more perfect. But people just stick to doubts, and they don't know what to do because they have so many doubts, and so on and so on, so many negative belief systems. And what else is new? I don't know. Everything is new. Doing more seminars, more feeling exciting about it. Exciting about the progress, but exciting about that the energies are more and more intense, and more joyful, and more happier, and this somehow really increases and gives like higher feelings, higher blessed feelings, and so on. What else is new? On the last seminar also there was a previous life discussion. One woman was asking many questions, and then Enrico like just got tutu and asked, do you want to know your previous life? She said, okay. And then he was saying that there was like, you were a lady that was knitting things in India, doing things in India, and always felt like she has to do this. And there is an angry boss that says, do more, and she felt she has to do this and didn't do anything of her joy, of her like passion, and she had to do this, the knitting, sewing, and so on and so on. And then Rico said, is there any like synchronicity or calibration with this? She said, well, yeah, her angry mom always tell her, do knitting, do sewing, do knitting, do sewing. And Enrico says, does this describe to you something, or does this make sense to you something? And she says like, well, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. And she like got some kind of understanding. But the thing is that the camera was recording, but the camera stopped recording. And the most interesting part, he was starting to telling about the person in the room energies. And the camera went off at that point, and no recording was done. And I was like, man, I wanted to hear the recording of that video, because that was really powerful. And another thing was that I was doing the channeling, a few bright lights, yellow, golden, white energies around, lights and so on. And when I opened my eyes, I was like, man, it's so dark here. I was like in a shock, man, it's so completely dark. And there was questions about, one woman was asking why she feels really cold. And Enrico says, well, that's because the heating in this room is turned off. And I'm thinking to myself, while the shining happening, what's the point of some kind of heating? Why are they talking about some kind of heating? I'm in my t-shirt, I'm almost sweating, and some kind of a heating. What they are talking about? And then when I woke up from this channeling, it's like, man, the room is cold. And I'm with my naked feet in the t-shirt, and then I slowly start to feel that the cold is coming inside me also. And that was also really funny. Yeah, but I many times think about people, particularly in America, particularly also in different channeling groups. They have this idea that some kind of aliens will come and save us. When will they come, or will they come, or what will they do, and so on and so on. And when like a couple of questions are asked, these type of questions are asked to Enrico, he says, and what do you wait from them? They come to save us. And there's like, save you from what? Well, save us from this all politics, all this burglary, all this and that and this. He said, there's no reason to save you from all this that you said. There's only your point of view of the situation that's going on. So tell me, is there any reason for somebody to come to help you? But what they can say is that a lot of beings will truly want to help you to feel more of that which you are afraid of, to feel more of that which you are suffering of, the politics and so on and so on. So the system itself is already helping you at the maximum to realize why are you feeling sad, to realize from what kind of energy feelings within you are feeling sad. So it's just like life is is just reflecting your inner energies. And why should somebody come and like help you to feel better? Because if it's only you that chooses to feel like this, there's nothing else. So this was also an interesting story, the most story. So really sometimes I get like people ask, Enrico, from where are you? He said, is there any point of answering this question? It's like no matter what you will say, it's like that doesn't and will not make any sense other than a concept, a new concept. And there's no reason to make concepts of something. Just like, as I say, the most important thing really in this point is whether this information helps you or whether this information doesn't help you. This is the most important thing. We'll say this is the only thing that is like that matters. Okay, this information helped me, or this information not help me. And he says this is like the golden law of everything. You go everywhere, you do everything what you want to do, and you don't think about whether this is good or bad. You just accept, okay, this information helps me, or this information doesn't help me. This is all you need to know, and all you need to choose, and no like judgment, no like nothing else, just like this. So too bad it's dark outside, too bad you don't see me. Does this help? And Enrico is always saying, does this help you? And the person says, well, he said, is there something more you want to ask? He said, well, yes. And then when he answered this question, Enrico says, does this help you fully? Does this help you halfly? Does this help you perfectly? A little bit more? Or this doesn't help you? Or this truly helps you? And then when the person replies, yeah, this truly helps me, Enrico says, are you sure? And he's like, so is there something more you want to ask? Well, I was thinking also about, and and just like make out of everything that you can of the question, because many times people like receive the answer and they are not satisfied, and they just say, well, yeah, okay, that helps me, okay, yeah, that helps me, and they're like, oh, and from the voice and the attitude or the inner feeling of that person is like instantly you can feel that this answer was not satisfying. But you need to say that, otherwise it will be against your free law to say you anything against. So you need to ask him whether this helps you, whether this not help you, if there is something more you want to ask, whether